This happened when I was a child. I often stayed at my grandparents' old farmhouse, but only in the daytime. My grandpa was a quiet, tired man who always seemed to be staring into the distance. He liked to smoke his pipe, and the smell of it always reminded me of him. But he would never look at me or acknowledge me, not even when I asked him a question. I don't remember what he looked like. I just remember the way he made me feel insignificant. One night when I was around 8 years old, I woke up in my grandparents' guest bedroom to what sounded like fingernails scratching on a wooden floor. They were slow, deliberate scratches that seemed to be circling my room. I remember hiding under the covers and thinking, "What the hell is that?" Curiosity got the better of me, and I started to investigate. I got out of bed and started to walk towards the closet when I saw him. My grandpa's body was bent over at an unnatural angle. His back was twisting and cracking, and it sounded like his bones were breaking inside his skin. I couldn't believe my eyes because his fingernails had grown long and sharp, and they were dragging along the wood floor, leaving deep grooves in the finish. His eyes, which were always pale blue, were now filled with blackness. They were bottomless pits that seemed to stare back at me in horror. He stopped what he was doing and sniffed the air like a wild animal. Then he smiled. His mouth opened much wider than any human jaw should, and black saliva dripped down his chin. That's when he spoke. His voice was a guttural whisper that seemed to come from a creature that was both familiar and utterly alien. He said, "Go back to sleep. Don't make a sound. Don't move or I'll forget who you are." I couldn't move. I was frozen with terror as he dropped to all fours and crawled across the floor. His nails scraped against the wood, sending sparks flying. As he approached me, he hissed and suddenly jerked back. The old clock in the hall struck 3 times. He staggered toward his bedroom and disappeared inside. I never told anyone what I'd seen that night, not even my grandmother. The last thing he ever said to me was, "Never stay here after dark, not even for me." A few months later, the farmhouse burned to the ground. Some people said it was an accident, but I knew the truth. I was 8 years old when I learned that monsters are real, and even now, years later, when the clock strikes 2, Ame can still hear the sound of claws scratching across the floor.